welcome to a new episode of the Fox and the Sheep podcast. My name is Nina and I'm coming to you from Sweden. As you can see, we have really beautiful weather. It's really warm and nice, so I'm sitting outside recording today. Yes, let's get started. In this episode, I will talk about some finished objects and work in progress. I will tell you about my last week on Shetland and about the festival in Sweden I told you about in the last episode as well, and then some smaller other things. Yes, but let's get started by showing you my finished object for this episode. And it's the airy sweater. I actually have finished it some time ago, actually already in Scotland when I came back from Shetland. I think I finished it in the last couple of days before I went home to Sweden. And yes, I really like it. You can see it's not so long, really short. I can put it on so you can see. Yeah, as you can see. So I knitted it in small, and I really didn't need that much yarn. I think I used 250 grams of yarn. I think I have about 50 grams left, maybe a little bit less. Yeah, and I really like this pattern. I really like this middle part here. These three different patterns, you could say. And yeah, it's you knit it upside down, and it was the first time I knitted an upside down sweater, and it was really fun because I think it's really nice, so you can put on the sweater all the time and look how it feels. And yeah, I really like this construction. The pattern is by Isabel Kremer. She's a really good designer. I think I will probably knit more sweaters from her design in the future. It's just a shame that I can't wear it anymore because it's already so warm here in Sweden. We had summer weather the last couple of weeks, so I hadn't the chance to wear it that often. But I really love it. I love the color and it's so soft, and yes, I really like it. So that was the only finished object for this episode, and I have one work in progress I talked about in the last episode, and it's the square I'm knitting for the teddy bear I want to make for my little niece. This was born a couple of days ago, so I really want to finish that soon, and so I'm cutting it open when I'm finished, and then I hopefully find a pattern for a teddy bear so I can cut it out, the pieces, and sew it together to a bear. I'm really excited to get this done, and I really hope I manage to make something out of it. Yes, and I actually forgot one color last time in the last episode, so I have this dark brown, chocolate brown color as well. So I used it down here, and this part I will use for the ears and the feet or something. So in one color, and you can see how it looks. So I'm just knitting as I like, inventing charts as I go, so nothing so complicated, but yeah. And I think I will knit probably as much again as I already have, and I hope that will be enough for this little bear. I don't want to make such a big bear, maybe like this high or something. Somebody asked me in the comment section for the last episode if I had a pattern for this bear, but I I actually have no pattern. I just saw the bears and thought I want to try as well. So I'm just improvising and hope that I can manage to make something out of it. It will be quite scary to cut in this fabric when I'm done, but I think it will be cute really cute when I manage to do it. Yes, that is the only work in progress I have. I haven't knit that much the last couple of weeks because I have carved nose pins all the time basically, and I will come back to that later. Yes, we can go on to my last week on Shetland, because I told you in the last episode that I want to go to Jamieson's spinning mill in Sandnes, and I did, and it's quite a story. So I thought I will tell you that story. So I was really determined that I wanted to go to the spinning mill, but it was not so easy because there was no buses going to Sandnes. And then I found one bus on Tuesday. There's one bus going at 11 something, and I could take from a little village, and I could take the bus to that little village, and then I could change bus to Sandnes. So I jumped in the bus, and my woof host, they said they could pick me up in Sandnes, I think 3 or 4 hours later, so I could look around. And my mobile phone didn't work on Shetland, so I had no chance to contact them, but I thought it will be fine. So I took the bus to, I don't remember, Walls was the village name. I had to change buses, so I jumped off the bus in Walls and waited for the bus to Sandnes. And while waiting, this guy came up to me and asked me what I was doing, and I told him that I wanted to go to the spinning mill in Sandnes, and we talked a little bit. He was really, really nice. And he said, yeah, I hope that your bus is coming. I said, yeah, I hope so too. And yeah, then he went away, and I waited and waited and waited and waited, and there was no bus coming. And yeah, I was really disappointed because I really, really wanted to go to the mill, and I had no chance to come back to Tresta, there my woof hosts were living. So I thought, okay, but my only chance is to walk in the direction of Sandnes, and we'll see. Maybe I can hitchhike or something, but yeah, it was the only way for me basically. So I started walking, and I walked for about 15 minutes, and then the streets on Shetland are really, really narrow, so it's basically just enough for one car, and then they have meeting points all the time, so cars can meet and pass each other. And I just walked past a meeting point, and a car stopped, and I didn't think anything about it because they stop all the time when they're waiting for another car. But then he opened the door, and it was the same guy as before, and he asked me what happened, and I said, yeah, the bus was not coming. So he took me, he said, yeah, jump in, I can take you with me. So he drove me all the way to Sandnes, and I thought about 16 kilometers or something, and he wanted he was going in the opposite direction back to Lerwick, but he had a really not a good feeling of leaving me alone on the street, so he took me with him and left me in Sandnes. So that was really nice, and I was really grateful. And I had checked the opening times for the mill, so I was really sure the mill was open. And yes, and then I walked up to the mill, and the door was closed. And I thought, no, that's not true. I want to get in. I was so angry. So I thought, okay, but maybe it's still a little bit early. I can take a walk on the beach and then come back, and maybe they opened. When I come back and I had a walk on the beach, but then the weather turned really bad. It was snowing and raining, and I was really wet. So I went back to the mill, and the door was still shut. So, but I thought, now I won't give up, and I still had to wait for 2 hours until my hosts were coming picking me up, and it was really cold and wet. So I thought, no, I'm going around and trying every door I see and try to open it, and because someone has to be here. So at last I found a door that opened, and I came in kind of office and stood there all wet, dripping mud and water on the floor. And then I saw the sign that said that visitors was not allowed to visit the mill anymore because of safety reasons or something. So that was really disappointing. But they had a shop as well, so I thought maybe I can visit the shop anyway. So, and I stood there, and someone was coming really surprised to see me, and I asked them if they had opened, and she said, "Oh yes, oh excuse me, we have forgot to open the door to the shop, because it's not so often that people come here." So yeah, and she actually took me through the mill to the shop, and that so I could see all the big machines, knitting machines, and yeah, so I had a sneak peek on the mill, but I couldn't go through and ask questions. That was a little bit sad, but I had a shop all for myself and was there for like 2 hours. And my mom wanted yarn for a sweater, so I asked her if some that worked there if they had more from this color I needed, and she said, I don't think so, but I can take a look. And she came back 5 minutes later and had this big cone with yarn cone with her, and she said, oh, can you take this instead, because we don't have it in balls, but we can have this cone, and it's a lot cheaper as well. So I think it was 20 pounds less than the 11 balls I wanted to buy. So I said yes, and then I bought myself some yarn as well, because I hadn't any money left for buying yarn. But I thought, Mom, I hope you're not mad at me if I buy me some yarn for your money. So I bought these 3 skeins of, yeah, it's the Shetland Spindrift, these 3 colors. And I don't know yet what to do. Maybe we'll knit a hat or a cowl, maybe. We'll see. I think that will be a project for autumn or winter, because I have so many other projects I want to do first. But yeah, I really like these colors. They reminded me of Shetland, the ocean, and yeah, the sheep, and yeah, the moss and the heather. So really nice colors. So I got in the mill at last, and it was really nice. I couldn't see the whole mill, but that was fine, and I had my sneak peek, so that was enough. So, but it was a funny story. I think quite an adventure to go to Jameson's spinning mill in Sandnes. Sandnes is a really small village. I had imagined it would be a bit bigger, but there was maybe 10 houses or something. I didn't see any people except in the mill, so I don't know if there are people living there. Maybe 1 or 2 having sheep or something. Yeah, but it was nice. So that was I think not my last day on Shetland, but one of the last days. On my last day on Shetland, I went down to South Mainland to, what was it name? I don't remember, but yeah, you have a good chance to see puffins there. But unfortunately, I was a little bit too early. I asked someone working there when the puffins are coming, and he said, "Yeah, last year they came on the 7th of April, and I was there on the 5th, so I was just a few days early. Had I been there two days later, maybe they had been there. But yeah, life. So it's life. I have to come back to Shetland, see them some other time. But it was really beautiful there, and I was there all day and wandered around the cliffs and saw a lot of other seabirds. So it was really a beautiful day. And in the evening, I took the ferry back to the mainland, to Scotland, and met my boyfriend there. And we had some really, really lovely days in Scotland before we going back to Sweden. And back in Sweden, I had just one day, and then we had our festival in Ingebo Hagar. It's the place that my parents live and my sister, and it was really a great success. I think we were 50 people, including me, my mom, and my sister. And yeah, I think everyone did a really great job. My sister, she's a really great baker, so she baked amazing cakes and stuff, and my mom did the decorations, and it was really beautiful, and a lot of really great people. Pia and Dennis were there again and had a live podcast, and yeah, I met some other friends, and yeah, I had my first natural dye workshop, and it went really well. I think everyone was happy in the end. We dyed with onion skins, alder coins, black rice, and avocado. Yes, I think. So yeah, it was really a success, and I had a PowerPoint presentation about Shetland, and talked about the sheep and the knitting. So yeah, that was really, really great. It was a really great day. Yeah, but I was really exhausted on a Sunday when everything had calmed down. Because it just came back from Shetland after 4 weeks traveling, and so I was really tired, and then I had a big cold and had it for like two weeks or something. And one thing I wanted to show is the yarn I bought at the festival I sent home and couldn't show you in the last episode. So it is not so much, but I have these two skeins. And it's from Gardenor, and it's organic yarn, a light fingering yarn. You can see it; it's really, really thin, but really soft. Oh, I really fell in love with this yarn, and I think I will knit a shawl out of these two. Yeah, and it's from Shetland exactly, so that was really nice. It's organic yarn from Shetland. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to start knitting these two beauties. And then I also bought some Norwegian yarn, three skeins of vilje, and it's Norwegian lamb's wool, and the meterage is, let me see, 375 meters for 100 grams, so that will be enough for a sweater. When I bought it, I thought I will knit a sweater out of it, but I think now I will knit a hat, actually, because my sister is getting married in September. and I thought I will knit her like a white big hat she can have over her wedding dress. So that will be my wedding gift to her, and I really hope I can finish it to September. I have a couple of months left, but I know me, and in the summer I don't want to knit anymore because I want to do so much other stuff you can't do in winter, and then my knitting goes down quite a bit. So, but I really want to do it, so I really hope I can match. That would be a really great gift for her wedding. So that was the only yarn basically I bought, and yeah, the yarn for the ear sweater I already showed you. So that was actually everything I bought. Yes, something more I got in the last couple of weeks, because I had my birthday 2 weeks ago, and from my mom I got this lovely book, and so many people had talked about it and showed it, and so I think it's a really great book. I'm really happy to have it. I don't have so many knitting books, but I think this one is really great because it has everything in it basically. So I'm really happy. Thank you, Mom, again for this great book. And for my boyfriend, I got something I had wished for quite some time, and it's, I don't know what it is. It's from Haptic Lab, and it's a template for a quilt. So it's a template from, it's a star map, you can see, from our northern hemisphere. And yeah, I will start this sometime, and I think it will take me a couple of years to finish this. So this will be a long time project, but I'm really excited to start it, because I really like embroidery and like to have a long time project as well. But I have to find some great fabric for this quilt, and I think I want to dye the fabric by myself with indigo, so I have different shades of blue. I think it will be really beautiful, and then I can start. I'm really excited. Yeah. So that was my birthday gifts. Yes. What more? What more? Yes, I told you that I have carved quite a bit in the last couple of weeks, because I am intending to have a big shop update at the end of the month. I thought the 29th of May, 10 p.m. My time, my Swedish time, will the shop update be. So I will show you some of the nostr pins I have carved the last couple of weeks. They're not yet painted, but I think they're cute already, so I will show you them. And I will start by showing you this little owl. It will be a barn owl, and I carved this one in maple wood. So, and I think this one is so beautiful with the different shades of the wood, and sometimes I think the wood is so beautiful I don't want to paint. So yeah, I thought I ask you, what do you think? Should I always paint my nostr pins, or should I sell some unpainted? What do you think? I don't know. I think they're really cute without paint, but maybe cuter with, I don't know. You can give me some feedback on this. Then another one I have planned for quite some time is this one. 3 little barn owls sitting on a tree. It took me quite some time to make this. It was really difficult, but I think it turned out really cute. You can see it. This one I definitely will paint, I think, to make it even cuter. And this one I made in juniper wood, and it smells really good as well. That's why I love to carve in juniper wood, because juniper wood just smells so lovely. Yes. Then I made something I never have carved before, and it's this little raccoon. Yeah, I think it turned out really cute. Maybe a little bit chunky. I don't know. I have never seen a raccoon before. Maybe you have. You can tell me if he turned out all right. Yes, that is also in juniper wood. And then I made another hedgehog. I've made a hedgehog before, and I thought it was time to make another one. I carved some grass down here. Yes, cutie. Also in juniper wood. So you see it's one of my favorites to carve in. And the last one is one I'm really proud of, because I have carved some in the past, but I wasn't so happy, so I stopped carving them. But I really wanted to go back, because I think it's an animal that really fits to sit on the top of an ostrich, and it's of course a little sheep. And of course it had to be a Shetland sheep, so a ram with nice little horns. I think that turned out really cute. Yes, so I'm really happy how it turned out, and I think I will carve more sheeps in the future. And this is carved in linden wood, so it's really light. Yeah, it's also really good wood to carve in, because it's really soft and light and really easy to carve in. Yes. So these 5 and 5 more will be in the shop next week. I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't know. I will put it down here. I will put everything down here, so don't forget it. Yes, and also in the shop update there will be some yarn. I hadn't the time to dye so much, but I had some yarn left from our workshop, and there was also some dye bath left from our onion, when we dyed with onion skins. So I dyed this beautiful skein, and it was so beautiful. The first bath was really, the yarn was really really beautiful orange, like you can see here. And this is the second bath of the onion skins, and I really love this rich yellow color. And I had twisted it in the dye pot, so that's because it's lighter on some places and really yellow, like here. So yeah, that will be in the shop. Then I have this really beautiful red skein dyed with madder root, and also this lighter orange was the second bath for the madder root. And then I experimented a little bit with avocado, so That's the avocado. A really beautiful pink, light pink. And I added some speckles with cochineal. You can see here. And I think I will add some more speckles with indigo and a bit dark brown with some bark. So I think I will experiment a little bit more with this skein. But I think it's already really beautiful. I really was happy to get this really nice pink from the avocado. So, and the last skein I have to show you is this one. A little bit tangled. So it's really light golden brown from alder cones. Yeah. So I really like them all, and I will have some more blues and maybe greens in the shop. So yeah, looking forward to that. Do I have something more? I don't think so. I think actually that was all for today. Yeah, some more. When I came back here at home to Dalarna, I had this in the mail. It's from I don't remember her name. Oh, I will put it down here. But it's a collaboration with Melody Hoffman. That's her little Twix sweater, and yeah, I really like this button, and I had to buy it for my new bag. Yes, and the last thing I wanted to talk about is the knit-along we have going on in our Revelry group, and I wanted to finish this knit-along, and I thought for the end date we can have 1st of June. So I hope that works for everyone. But I think now we had a lot of time to finish the mittens, and yeah, I really want to send the yarn to the lucky winner for this knit-along. So yeah, June 1st will the knit-along end. I will make a finished object page in our Revelry group, so you can put in your finished mittens there, and I will draw a winner on the 1st of June. Yes, and that was everything for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this episode, and I see you next time. Bye!